Hi everyone, in this video, I'm introducing FormFlex, a dynamic form builder custom widget designed specifically for SAP Analytics Cloud. If you've ever tried building structured input forms inside SAC, you probably realized very quickly that it becomes messy, repetitive, and hard to scale. FormFlex was created to solve exactly that problem. Today I'll walk you through the features, configuration, and how you can integrate it directly with SAC. Let's start with the real problem. In SAP Analytics Cloud, when we want to create a data input form, we typically drag multiple input widgets onto the canvas. One input for department, one for cost center, one for date, one checkbox, one dropdown, and so on. Now, imagine building a form with 25 or 30 fields. You end up managing alignment manually. If the business asks to add 2 more fields in between, you need to rearrange everything again, but on top of that, maintaining consistent styling becomes difficult. And if you're using custom widgets from third parties, theme compatibility becomes another issue, so the core challenges are scalability, maintainability, layout management, and theming consistency. FormFlex solves this by replacing all those individual input widgets with a single dynamic widget wrapper. Instead of dragging 30 fields manually, you use one FormFlex widget and generate fields dynamically.
Yeah, boy!
It works visually through a builder panel. You define your fields, their types, labels, options, and layout settings. The widget then renders everything automatically. This means no repetitive drag and drop, no layout headaches, and no hard-coded structures. The core strength of FormFlex is its dynamic field engine. It supports native HTML5 input types including text fields, text areas, email inputs, passwords, number fields, date pickers, date-time inputs, week selectors, checkboxes, radio buttons, and drop-down selects. Since these are native HTML5 types, there is no dependency on external libraries. This keeps the widget lightweight and fully compatible with SAC. Every field is generated dynamically based on configuration. That means if tomorrow you want to add 5 more inputs, you simply update the configuration. Now, let's talk about layout. FormFlex uses modern CSS grid internally. Instead of manually positioning fields, you simply define the number of columns you want, from 1 to 4. The widget recalculates the layout automatically. If you switch from 2 columns to 3 columns, everything rearranges cleanly. This eliminates the need for manual alignment adjustments and makes the form responsive inside the SAC canvas. The layout remains structured, scalable, and visually clean. One of the biggest frustrations with custom widgets is theme inconsistency. In SAC, users can switch theme between horizon, dark mode, light mode, or high contrast themes. Many third-party widgets break visually when themes change and colors don't match. Text becomes unreadable. But FormFlex directly hooks into SAP Analytics Cloud's global CSS variables. That means it automatically inherits background colors, border styles, and typography from the active theme. So when the user changes theme, the builder panel updates automatically without any additional configuration. Another powerful feature is configuration portability. Building complex forms can take time. So instead of rebuilding the same structure in multiple dashboards, you can export your entire form configuration as a JSON file. This JSON includes field structure, layout settings, and styling properties. You can then import that configuration into another dashboard, and you can share that export file to your colleague, so he or she can instantly recreate the exact same form. FormFlex doesn't just render fields visually. It also exposes API methods for scripting. Number 1. The getAllValues method returns all field data as a JSON object. Number 2. The getFormValue method retrieves the value of a specific field by its ID. Number 3. The setFormValue method allows you to programmatically set or override a field value. Number 4. The setFormConfig method allows dynamic injection of new configurations at runtime. And the number 5 is button-clicked method helps identify which submit button was triggered when multiple buttons exist. The primary event hook is onSubmit. This event fires when the user clicks a submit button. Before triggering. Inside the onSubmit event, you can write SAC scripting logic, call data actions, master data creation, clear forms, or anything. This keeps your validation and execution logic clean and controlled. Now, let's build something that truly demonstrates the value of using FormFlex. We'll create a form with FormFlex that allows us to create, update, and delete master data. This practical example will help you understand how it works and why it's useful. Now, Rohit will walk you through the step-by-step process.
Welcome everyone, Rohit this side. So welcome back. So you guys already understood what is FormFlex custom widget and its feature and how to use it. So let me walk you through to create something using FormFlex, right? Creating master data or updating master data, something like that. So let's get started. So before starting that, we need one model. So I have already created one model. So this is our text model, and here I have created one dimension called department. So currently it's have only two default fields. So let me create some property as well. So two field we already have. Let me add some date example, date, and date it with text only. Create, and let's add currency code and same. Now let me save this. So now we have 4 columns. So now come back to story, drag and drop your FormFlex. So currently we have nothing here. So we have to create four things, 4 fields, one for ID, one for description, one for date, one for principal. So let me click on the add fields, and here first let me give ID, default type. Let me change type to a number, add new one, name, department, dated text, then we have date and currency code, date, and type I will select as date, add one more, currency, and that will make it to select. And here let me add some currency, INR, USD, CA, Euro. So now we have 4 and one button, create, button, create. So now we are done with the form, and let's change format also. Let's make 2 columns. Yes, now it's looking better. And now go to our plan and click on the FX icon, which is event. So currently we have only one event in FormFlex onSubmit. So this will trigger whenever you click any button of the form. So if I click on the create button, it will trigger this event. So now let's get value for every field. So let me go here and let me open this side. Now where ID equal to outlet dot get form menu. Here we have to give ID of the field. So ID is ID. I'll copy paste this, and then we have names. So we have names. Again we have date, form tags, get form value, delete. Then we have currency. Does it now? Let's check if it's really working. ID, name, date, currency. I think I have to give it separately off. I can give it an array. Save. Now let's view, and let me open developer mode also. So yes, it is loaded. Now if I click on create, I get nothing because I have input nothing. So let me give example 1, department like ID, date I can give any. We can change year and all from here as well. Currency I can say USD for example. Now if I click create, now you see we got ID, then we got department, we got date and currency. So it's working. So now let's create master data using it. So to create a master data, obviously we need planning model. let's create one planning model and let's select our model here, test model. Okay, we are good. Now let's use planning model here and use method create member, which will create master time to the model. So first we have to give dimension ID. So dimension ID is department only. So I will give department, and now we have to pass here object. Object means what we have to create. So like that, then we have to create, first we have to give ID. So ID is ID only. Okay, let me change its name also, so it will be more understandable, so you guys can not confused. So now here, now that we're coming with, so department ID, then sorry, this correction, it will be a department name. Then properties of for property we have to create property column, property key, properties. Then we have to pass ID of the properties. So ID, I think we have only date. So date, and here it will be department date. Then we have currency code colon department currency. Okay, so we are put here. Now let's add some message also. If it's created, it will show master data is created as shape. Okay, and let me add loader also. So application bot is integrated, and in the last we can hide it. Okay, so now let me save. And let's give ID 101, department I can give IT, data I can give random, currency I can be like euro. Then click on create. So it's created. Now come back here, let's refresh. So now you guys see it's created. So ID we have given 101, department ID, date and all. So now you see all it's created. Now let's create one more button, and using that we can update btn date and type is submit. Okay, but now if you see we have only one event. Now how the FormFlex we understood, we are clicking on create or update. So for that we have to use is button click method. So how to use this? So create one condition FormFlex dot is button click. Now here we have to pass button ID. So create button ID is btn create. Let me paste here, and now let me cut this code into this. Now whenever user will click on this button, it will execute this code. So we have created one more, so we have to create one more if condition. If btn update. Okay, and we can use same code. We will only change method here. We can say update method, and we have to change variable also because we are using already PL, we are already using. See, so for update it's the same way to update, because it will automatically take ID and other things. So now let me save this. Now come back here and refresh. So now we have two button here. So let's create one more department here. 102 department like security. Date I can give again some random currency. I can give CA. Create. I come back here. I refresh. So now second department is also created. Now let's update first one. So come back to story. So here give ID of department or ID of master data which you want to update. So 101 department. Now I can change to UI developer. Date I can change again some random, and here I can select US. Now I click update. So now I will update department, date and currency of this department. Now I come here, I refresh again. So now see it's updated. 101 we have added this information, so it's updated. So like that you can use it, right? So it's a very easy to configure, and there's multiple type of field. There's not only single like multiple which is are not supported in SAC, but using this FormFlex you can use multiple types, right? There's some customizations also. There's import export feature as well. So okay, thank you for your time. If you guys have any doubt, please comment on this video, or you can directly contact me on my LinkedIn profile. So thank you so much. Have a good day.